Hello? Hello? The movie's over now.
Okay, that was weird. Iron Man 2. So, like...
There's this thing in movies. It's called The Terrible Twos. It's the sequel. They always try to make a sequel. And sometimes people are like, do we really need the sequel?
Did we really need Iron Man 2? No, we did not need Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is really,
It's like they had some good ideas, threw them all together.
Yeah, they didn't choose one. They just did them all. So, like I was telling you earlier, around the end of the movie when we got War Machine and Iron Man, about to face off against all the little robots and Ivan Dragoff, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It occurred to me, like, was this entire movie just to get Rhodey to be War Machine? Because if it was, that's fine. But it didn't focus on that. This movie focused on 3 different, conflicts. There's Tony dying from poisoning from the Iron Man suit, or from whatever it was, palladium, some bullshit.
Yeah.
There was Justin Hammer, a competitor to Stark
But
Industries.
you actually liked him.
I liked
beginning.
Sam Rockwell, I think is his name. That's
We're sorry if we pronounce names wrong.
And then there was also Ivan Jakoff of the KGB. That's not his name. I can't remember his name, but Ivan. Ivan played by Mickey Rourke. There's just all 3 of those things could have been fine on their own, but they all mushed together to make a boring.
No, the whole movie was to I guess then introduce whatever his name, whatever superhero you're talking about.
War Machine?
War Machine, and B, to create the element. The new element that...
But the new element,
creates.
It saves Tony, but it might as well just be, a one-up mushroom. It's not like... it's not like it's gonna, do anything past this. Whatever element he made doesn't matter to the grand scheme of things. And, Iron Man came out, and, looking at this from 2018, Iron Man came out and was huge. It was the start of the Avengers, lead up to the Avengers movie and this huge Marvel franchise.
Yes.
So I don't think it was ever in anyone's mind that Iron Man was actually going to die in Iron Man 2. So automatically, out of the 3, focuses of this story, Iron Man possibly dying, getting his sidekick, War Machine, to show up, trying to defeat Ivan, and trying to defeat, what's his name? Justin, I'm forgetting his name.
The Hammer guy?
Justin Hammer, yeah.
And, finally resolving his issues with Pepper, which, did anyone really want that? Need it? Sorry.
I don't know.
I'm a sucker for those, usually. I'm a sucker for just kiss her already. Oh no, they're off. They're not.
I hated this movie. The beginning was okay. I mean, we talked about for Iron Man 1, we talked about how it kind of felt more like a story that could exist outside of comics that had some superhero elements, with Iron Man, being the main hero. But this one, automatically, it starts off with, Tony comes flying in on his Iron Man thing.
That wasn't the problem. The problem was that 30 minutes in, we had already been introduced to a villain.
And he hadn't said anything yet.
Yeah.
I don't think that Mickey Rourke actually had a single line until 38 minutes in. And all he said was, you lost.
I know.
I mean, it's the quietest villain, of all the Marvel movies. This guy just doesn't have anything to say. And while that can, be cool, you don't know anything about him up until, you get one clue because you see his last name on a blueprint schematic with next to Howard Stark's name.
Yes.
But other than that, there's no indication about what this character's, whole purpose is. Yeah. He's just kind of there. We're constantly cutting from Tony doing his thing, dying, to Ivan doing shit in Russia.
And then to the military stealing the suit.
It was a shitty movie. It was just a shitty movie. It wasn't...
I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't awful.
I couldn't even watch the middle of it.
A lot of... I mean, I can't... Because this is my second time seeing it.
Well, yeah, this is my third time
It's been a while, but I'm just once I've kind of seen a movie, I don't always feel that itch to go and watch it again,
It was...
So...
I didn't like it. If you liked it, if anyone out there likes it, tell us why you like it, because, like I said, War Machine wasn't...
You forgot to mention it revealed Black Widow is her name?
Black Widow, yeah.
Okay. We got to see her fight.
I know, I think
that was a highlight.
It didn't do enough. It was boring. Tony was an asshole for most of the movie. Which he was an asshole. I get that's his character. But, like, he was drinking at his party. He was constantly being depressed about dying. It wasn't a very fun watch when our main character is just, like, he's not going to die. There was never any question of if he was going to die.
And then I had one major thing where he's, like, at the end, he's standing in water, and there's does the guy fight with electricity? Ivan, I mean.
Whiplash, I think is his actual name. But, like, they never named him.
Like, because there was water. They were all standing on water.
And he was whipping around his little whiplashes, and nothing was getting electrocuted.
I know, but there was, like, noises, like it was electricity, like zzz.
It wasn't a very thought out film. If the only thing you care about in the villain is whether or not his whips were electric or some kind of plasma, then there probably isn't really a big attachment to that villain.
It's just the first thing he does to Tony Stark is he attacks him when he's racing.
Why?
And it's
Why was Tony racing?
I mean, how did he know he was going to be on the racetrack or anything, too?
I don't know.
Because he just, like, it seems like, oh, we've set this up for
I get that Tony races because he's dying and he wants to, kind of, do stuff before he dies. He's just kind of living recklessly like a daredevil.
I understand that, but, like, Whiplash just appears. He's like, oh, yes, I know Tony.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, like, it's just, like, there was a lot of pointless set pieces. Like, there was no, like... There was no reason to be at Monaco. That could have happened outside of Tony's house. It could have happened in LA. It didn't have to happen in Italy. It just seemed like a lot of these set pieces were chosen just to...
Move the plot. Move the plot around.
No, like just to give it a reason to go to Italy. Like, Iron Man spans, the production spans across 2 countries.
Well, was
shot in
it
the United
cheaper
States.
to film in Italy?
No, probably not.
Sometimes. You never know.
Probably not with all that other stuff that they had there, the race cars.
True.
And,
I don't even know why they... Do you remember why they went to the race? Was it, like, some kind of benefit, or was it just some kind of race?
There was no reason. I mean, Tony had a literal dog in the race because he had a car that was, Stark Industries. So he was just there to watch the race. They
built this whole expo that was going to be all year round.
Yeah, that was kind of strange, too. It's like an amusement park.
And then they destroy it. I mean, we never got to see in the expo. That might have been more interesting. Cheaper to film in.
Yeah, and we got Tony, so at the beginning of Iron Man 1, he was like an asshole that only cared about himself, and he was just a misogynist, and yada, yada, yada. And then Iron Man 2, he comes in, and he's just a depressed, dying... asshole
who can't even tell Pepper that he's dying.
Why not?
It's like,
if he's so certain he's gonna die, why doesn't he just tell somebody?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, man, just everything with the whole scene of the party when he's in the Iron Man suit and all the people are throwing stuff up in the air and he's shooting it down.
Yeah.
That felt to me like some of the scenes from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Where Spider-Man's kind of just, dancing and getting his hair, like he's, it seemed weird. It seemed, out of place.
I think the only
comedy.
moment we were like, oh wow, was in the very beginning when he shows that people are copycatting the suits and this guy in one of the suits just gets turned completely around, and then he's like, I would just like to have it on record that the guy lived.
Yeah, so Sam Rockwell, that is his name. He did an amazing job as Justin Hammer. I mean, he was just kind of being himself to a degree, but he was a very smarmy... He was a great counter to Tony. Yeah. I actually liked Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer more than I liked Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark in this movie.
Mm.
And, spoilers, but I'm pretty sure that we never see Sam Rockwell again. So
well,
he's
of course
gone.
He's been arrested. So.
But he specifically said, like a villain, you haven't seen the last of me, Pepper Potts. So... We had an opportunity for him to come back.
Maybe.
We're not in eventually anymore. I think there were 10 years...
I think right now we're facing Phantos and bigger monsters.
That's not the name, it's Thanos.
It's not Phantos.
Thanos.
Thanos.
Thanos. There's no second T.
Thanos.
Os.
Alright, sorry, okay.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Sorry, Iron Man. It's hot. There's a lot of reasons why maybe I didn't like Iron Man 2 today. It was hot. The movie was boring. The acting was... Why was Mickey Rourke in this? Like, I feel like to a degree you could take Mickey Rourke out of the equation and just have it be some scientist that Justin Hammer found. Like, why did the guy that made the arc reactor also have to have...
The whips?
Why did we have to end this movie with a guy in a suit?
And then you were like, oh.
Why did the guy in the suit die in like 30 seconds after
Yeah, because I told you, Zach, it's the power of friendship.
Literal power of friendship ended the fight because Tony and Rhodey reach out, but like it's just like the power of their friendship collides and explodes and blows up Mickey Rourke.
And they just stares going back and forth.
Yeah, like that
Like,
that sequence, like he's got his whip around both their necks, he's stretched out like Christ on the cross, and he's just looking back and forth,
like
waiting for something to happen. Like, why not just kill them? Why not move into the next, phase of combat?
And then he's like, "You guys lose again. I got
Yeah, everything's gonna explode now." I don't know. I think Mickey Rourke was probably the worst in this movie, just because he had nothing to do.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do. He had no. I mean,
not really that
his
much
performance
direction.
was fine. I don't know. It was just. It was very. This movie was very effects laden. Like the last one, if you watch it, like I said, we don't get the Iron Man suit till about like 40-50 minutes in. By the time we're at 40-50 minutes in, we've had a pointless trip to Italy. We've had.
We've had him. We did get the suitcase that turns into the suit.
Why? Every other suit iteration in one was for a reason. This one just seemed like it was portability.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, this whole movie just seemed like we were just waiting for Tony to upgrade his suit. Like, he's dying. He found the cure.
Yeah.
He wanted a Robin to his Batman. He got it.
Yeah.
His competitor... I don't know, it was just such a bad movie. This whole movie could have just been focusing on his relationship with Rhodey. Why not just call this Iron Man and War Machine?
Yeah.
Or the birth of War Machine, or whatever, just like focus on one.
Yeah.
Maybe don't have the main villain not say anything for 40 minutes. Maybe he just says something. Like, the entire time he's fighting Tony in Monaco, he's not saying anything. He's whipping stuff. He's not even grunting. He's not making a sound.
He does the same thing to the car too, like both cars.
See, I don't know why you complain about that. It doesn't. Who cares?
Okay, sorry.
A shitty action sequence is a shitty action sequence. Fuck this movie. Fuck Iron Man 2.
Puffers, that's not a nice word to say.
I didn't like it. I don't know.
I mean... Yeah.
Someone defend it. Defend Iron Man 2 to me. I don't understand why anyone would like this movie. It's barely fun to watch. The action, I guess at the time, was probably good, but... I don't know. I feel like this could fall in right with, again, kind of spoilers, because I have seen it. I don't remember anything of it because it was all so bad.
Which one?
This one could fall right next to Thor 2. Because,
Thor 2 wasn't as...
Do you remember Thor 2?
I do.
Are you sure?
He goes with the Hulk, right?
That's Thor 3.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Thor 2. This falls right with Thor 2 where people probably don't remember it.
Sorry.
And there's no reason to remember it. It just seemed like at this point they had, like, even though they were working towards, Avengers.
Yeah.
How did Iron Man 2 actually move us toward Avengers? So it
introduced Warsaw.
War Machine.
War Machine.
It got War Machine, but War Machine's not an Avenger, and he's not like... in the actual Avengers movie, he's not even one of them. I think he does a little bit. Just a little bit, though. So if War Machine wasn't the reason, then you could make the argument that Ivan was the reason, introducing one of the people that they're going to face. Ivan was gone.
Or Black Widow, but
she's just she's not even named.
Yeah.
She's not even called Natasha in this movie, so... No to that. True. No to War Machine. No to Ivan being a future threat. No to Justin Hammer being a future threat.
Well, is the technology part of Spider-Man's suit?
No.
The new... Okay. No. Then I don't know. Why were we
This
here?
movie didn't... that's what I don't get. Iron Man 2 did not contribute to Avengers. Iron Man 1 introduced Iron Man. Thor introduced Thor. Captain America introduced Captain America. And Avengers brought them all together to fight Loki, which was introduced... Yeah, that
Sorry.
was the third. Ragnarok was the third Thor movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I'll have to watch the second one.
We're going to have to find two. We'll find a DVD of it.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty garbage too. It's just the same thing as this. Like there's no real purpose.
Then maybe it's
it doesn't
on Netflix.
Contribute. It's not. I checked it right.
Oh.
But yeah, so Iron Man 2 did not. I mean, it didn't further the plot. It didn't even further its own plot. It was a totally forgettable story, totally forgettable characters, and that's proven in the fact that Marvel's forgotten about pretty much everyone except for Black Widow. Like even War Machine. Like again, we're gonna kind of like talk a tiny bit about. But I don't think War Machine's in much of the rest of the movies. He's in a couple. He's in.
It's a pity.
He is in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I mean, it's a pity that he was replaced too. Well.
Oh, you mean by Terrence Howard being replaced by Don Cheadle?
Which I like both.
Don't
get me wrong.
Everyone liked Terrence Howard. It wasn't a problem with that no one liked him. It was just that he wanted
more money. Yeah.
A lot more money.
Yeah.
Like an absurd amount of money. And he wanted it then, before the franchise was proven. So the funny thing was that even though he wanted all the money then, Don Cheadle said, "I'll take the money later."
Yeah.
And he got the money later because Avengers and Marvel's been blowing up, and Terrence Howard's been doing Empire.
So at least he's doing something though.
I mean, I don't know which one Empire, but fuck Empire.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's not hard.
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen actually one episode.
Since we haven't seen it, I feel totally qualified to say fuck Empire.
Zach, you can't just discredit something without watching it.
We'll watch it. We'll watch a pilot and do a video, judging
first
it.
impression video or something, a quick discussion. I don't know.
But yeah, so Iron Man 2, anything else to say? We're only 2 movies in, but already this is clearly the worst one.
I mean, the first one was really good. I don't know if it's because it was the first one, or if it actually had a purpose, and then it felt like the second one was repeated.
Like I said, the plot from the first one...
But this one definitely seemed dry.
The plot from the first one could have been taken out, and you could have, just had it be a weapons manufacturer finds out his weapons are going to bad people and good people.
True.
And that could be a normal movie without superheroes. This one, it pretty much entirely relies on
Iron Man.
The superhero aspects of the story.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really do a whole lot with the characters. Like the heart of the characters. It just has Tony being depressed that he's gonna die.
I know,
Pepper being overwhelmed with Tony being Tony and Tim being weirder now because he's gonna die.
She becomes CEO for something.
Who cares?
Nobody really.
Who cares? So yeah, Iron Man 2, bad movie. 2 down, too many more to go.
Yep. Alright.
Hopefully Thor hits me a little bit better.
Well, Thor was good, if I remember correctly, so.
I thought it was too. We'll find out. Let us know if you liked Iron Man 2 more than 1. Let us know if Iron Man 2 is your favorite movie. If it is, God help you. If it isn't, you're welcome to the good side.
Or what's your favorite Marvel movie?
Yeah, what is your favorite Marvel movie? When we watch it and we talk shit about it, are you going to unsubscribe? Probably. Please don't unsubscribe. It's okay. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, but...
I mean, these are just our opinions.
Yes, our opinions. So let us know yours in the comments.
Yes.
Alright, guys. Thank you. I hate you, Iron Man 2. Bye.
Bye.